I'm Jessica, I'm 28, I live in Newcastle. I've been on an NDIS plan now for 3 years, almost 4, and I suffer from mental health.
When people have someone with mental illness in their family, they'll understand, and you just don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next.
My mental health started at a very, very young age, and over the years got worse with time.
We've been with health professionals since she was a really young child.
And my journey with mental health has been quite difficult with not being able to find the right help. I didn't like to go outside, I refused to go out into public, and I would just say locked away.
When we applied for the NDIS, we needed to have the documentation to show that we needed the support. Luckily for us, we had documentation because she'd been receiving support from New South Wales Health from a very young age.
It was very daunting, and because of the paperwork's a lot.
And then I got the phone call to say that she was eligible, and I was surprised because I was going, because I'd heard the rumours that if you had mental illness, you wouldn't be seen favourably.
When I did my first plan, I was a bit scared with all the paperwork, and just everything of it was just scary for me.
She needed a lot more help than she realised, and it was her coming to realise what she needed that was part of the journey.
And I went in thinking I would be perfectly fine to do things on my own, and I just wanted to go to TAFE and study, and well, it didn't work.
What we did do is contact the agency again and say, look, it hasn't worked out. And they were really responsive. We were allowed to say, look, it's fallen apart. Can we see you again? We need to talk about this a bit more.
And you go in basically like your first meeting, and you go through what hasn't worked, and you ask for what you really need.
They put more hours in, and we talked about her goals and what she wanted to do with her life, and they supported her goals. We got hours for a support worker to come and get her and take her out in the community and to teach her how to be the best Jess she could be.
It's been a massive learning curve for me to actually realise that I needed the help, and don't be afraid to ask for it when I'd always been afraid to ask for it or admit that I actually needed it.
It's really worth it to make sure someone has a really rich plan that's going to help them get to where they want to go, and that everything that should be there is included. So what's reasonable and necessary is there for that person.
My weight loss has been, I've had the supports there with that, to get into the gym for one thing, and do more activity. That my plan gives me the freedom to get out and do that activity that I didn't used to be able to do because I've got someone by my side to help me.
We took a service provider with us who really knew what she was talking about in relation to what support we could get, and she would help us ask questions. And so that was awesome, really, that we had that person who knew the language and had done it before with other people. You hear rumours that mental illness, oh my God, people are going to be, not supported and going to be, they're going to be out there and lost. But we are living and breathing a successful plan.
Mental illness is covered by the NDIS.
So it was, for a parent, it was really nice to actually share some of that responsibility of looking after her with other people who were really interested in her.
My plan has helped me get out in the community. Before I would be locked away, now I go out. I have the support for someone to be with me while I'm out, and I'm now building my own business.
Now we're on to our third plan. It's even better than our second plan.
My support that's in place now is to help me grow into employment, and it will drop off over the next few years, but I'm not afraid of that.
So the NDIS has empowered her to feel confident out there in the big wide world.
It's not that scary, and I can do it.
A year ago even, I couldn't get her out of a room to do things. She even went shopping with me at Christmas, and that was our first time shopping. She has been at rock bottom, where I didn't know whether I'd have her the next week, the next day. To having a young woman who was going out and blossoming and finding her place in the world, having her with a smile on her face. It's huge, huge.
It's taken a long time to get here, but worth it.